the basic operations performed on the lathe is drilling. When we drill a workpiece held in the lathe, we hold the workpiece in a chuck. Here we have it held in a 3-jaw chuck. We could also hold it in a 4-jaw. Then we hold a drill in the tailstock. Now there are actually 2 methods of holding the drill. One method you've already used. That's using a drill chuck. Here we use drills less than 1/2 inch diameter, straight shank drills. This fits right in the drill chuck, and the drill chuck fits right in the lathe's tailstock spindle. The drill chuck has a number 3 Morris taper on it. The other method that we can use to hold a drill is our larger drills have a number 3 Morris tapered shank. Now this drill fits directly into the tailstock of the lathe. Some of the smaller drills have a number 2 Morris taper on them. If this is the case, you'll need a drill sleeve, such as this one. This has a number 2 Morris taper inside and a number 3 Morris taper on the outside. Now here we merely insert the drill into the sleeve, and then we put this directly into the lathe tailstock. We'll take a look at our graphics now. I think we can illustrate a little bit better the methods of holding a drill and actually what we're going to be doing in this demonstration. In this first illustration, we have a picture of our drill. This would be a larger drill with a tapered shank on it. This here would be our tailstock spindle. The drill is inserted directly into the spindle. Here we have the drill in the drill chuck, and the drill chuck inserted in the tailstock. Notice our workpiece is held in the chuck. When we're drilling on a lathe, be sure to look at the witness mark on the back side of the tailstock. The tailstock must be lined up straight with the center on the headstock in order to drill a hole of proper size. This is a print of the workpiece we're going to be doing today. We will drill X diameter hole in it. Okay, we're going to do tab number 8. X diameter is 1 inch, 125 thousandths. This hole must be bored and ground. So we're going to drill a hole 1/16 of an inch undersized. We'll drill a hole final size 1 inch and 1/16. When we're drilling, remember, drilling is for a clearance holes, for roughing. If you must get precision, you must bore the hole. So we will drill this hole out to 1 inch and 1/16. We're now ready to proceed with drilling the hole. We must first center drill the workpiece. Be sure that you wipe the shank on the drill chuck. Check it for burrs. If there's a burr on it, you may have to take a stone and clean it off. Be sure that you wipe the tailstock spindle out. There's no burrs or any dirt in here. And we'll just put the drill chuck in the tailstock. On this here particular lathe, it has a notch or a key for the tang of the drill or of the shank. We just line this up, and we just slam it in here. Now, not all tailstocks will have this notch. It may not. If it doesn't have this, it'll just be the taper itself holding the drill. We're now ready to center drill. And we'll move our carriage forward here and back out of the way. Be sure that when you move your carriage forward, put your lathe in neutral and turn the chuck. Be sure that you're clear all the way around here. It's very important that you don't run the carriage into the chuck while the chuck is spinning. Now we'll move our center drill up to within about 1/2 inch of the workpiece. And lock our tailstock. We have to set our RPM now for our center drill. When we're center drilling, we like to run between 500 and 700 RPM. Get our cluster set in the proper position here. And we have 570, 425, we have 770. I'm going to select 570 RPMs for center drilling. I'm going to turn our lathe on. Be sure that you use a cutting oil when you're center drilling, and turn our spindle on. Remember, when we're center drilling, we center drill approximately 2/3 the way up the chamfered portion of the center drill. It's important that you do not go too deep. It's also important that you go deep enough. So we usually figure about 2/3 the distance up the chamfered portion. And we'll remove our center drill. Now I'm going to run a pilot drill in first, a 7/16 pilot drill. When we're drilling with large drills, such as this 1 1/16 here, we want to use the pilot drill. Normally, any drill over a 1/2 inch in diameter, we use a pilot drill. And be sure that the pilot drill, the diameter of the pilot drill, is larger than the thickness of the web. Here's our web, the distance across this dead spot of the drill here. This is sometimes called the dead point. Okay, be sure that your pilot drill is a larger diameter than that thickness, distance across there. So I'm going to be using a 7/16 drill. We have to figure out our RPM. We have a steel and a low carbon. Cutting speed, roughing is 75, finishing is 90. That's surface feet per minute. Okay, normally as a general rule of thumb, we use 80 surface feet per minute. This falls right between the two here. Okay, RPM is 4 times the cutting speed divided by the diameter. Okay, then we have 4 times our cutting speed, which is 80 surface feet per minute, divided by 7/16. And this in the decimal is 0.437. This equals 320 thousandths divided by 0.437. Which comes out to 732 RPMs. And normally when we're drilling on the lathe, because our spindle is in a horizontal position, we will run a little bit slower RPM. In this case, I'm going to run about 1/2 to 2/3, we usually figure. So if we figure 1/2 of 732, we have approximately 366 RPMs. Okay, we'll have to set our RPM then at 366. Well, if we look at our selector here, we have 320, and then the next choice we have is 425. I'm going to select the 425 because we can go a little bit over. We figure 1/2 to 2/3 of our regular RPM. So we'll try it at 425. Notice here that we have graduations on the spindle and on the tailstock dial here. Now in this case, we're going to be drilling all the way through, so we don't need these graduations. But if you were running a hole that was partially the way through, or a blind hole, you would have to use the graduations on the spindle and on the dial. Okay, ready to drill our pilot hole. Once again, be sure that you use cutting oil here. Now if you were to get some chatter, which is a vibration, may occur, just slow the spindle down. Okay, this drill is cutting just fine. Be sure you give the drill enough feed Keep enough pressure on it to keep a good chip rolling out of there. Don't force the drill either. Give the drill a chance to cut. Okay, I'm going to back it out, put a little more cutting oil on it. And we've gone through. Bring our drill out, shut the spindle off, and pull our tailstock back out of the way. Now we'll remove our drill. And take the drill chuck out of the spindle. Just turn the hand wheel back until it pushes the drill chuck out. Now we're ready to drill through with our 1 1/16 drill. Move the spindle out a little ways here. Once again, be sure that you line the tang of this drill up with a notch in there. If your lathe you are running does not have that notch, just merely seat it in the tailstock itself. And normally on this type of a drill, I like to use a plastic hammer or a lead hammer. Just tap the front of it here. It seats it against the sides in here so that it will not come loose. This is especially important in the lathes that do not have the notch or the key to hold the drill itself. Again, we'll move it up to the workpiece, and we'll take a look. We have to figure out RPM for a 1 1/16 drill. Once again, we use the same formula. RPM is 4 times cutting speed divided by the diameter. So we have 4 times the cutting speed, which is 80 for mild steel, divided by the diameter, which is 1.062. This equals 320 divided by 1.062. And then we come up with 301 RPM. Once again, in the horizontal position, we're going to cut our cutting speed, or our RPM, about half to 2/3. Here we'll have 150 RPMs. Okay, now we'll set our RPM to 150, and have to change our cluster here. All right, we have 130. And 175. Once again, I'm going to start out on 175. Again, we may, larger our drills get, more chance of vibration or chatter. We may have to slow this down. We'll start out with 175. Put cutting oil on the drill, in the pilot hole. We'll start our spindle. Notice the drill will start to smoke a little bit. Actually, this is the oil causing the smoke itself, or a smoking type effect. We will not have to change our RPM. The drill is cutting real good. Be sure that you release it from time to time so that you're getting enough cutting oil in it. There's 2 chips coming out. This is real good. Both lips on the drill are cutting. Okay, clear our chips there a little bit. gone through, so we'll bring our drill back out. We have a hole in there, and this piece now we could mount it on a mandrel and do the outside turning on the workpiece. In summary then, remember, drills less than 1/2 inch, a straight shank, we hold in a drill chuck. The drill chuck is held right in the tailstock lathe, or in the lathe tailstock. Larger drills that have tapered shanks go directly into the tailstock. Be sure that you use a pilot drill for any drill over 1/2 inch. Remember, when you're drilling horizontally, we try and decrease our RPM. If you follow these procedures, you should have no problem drilling holes on the lathe.
The preceding materials are copyrighted by the District 1 Technical Institute, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Duplication of these materials is strictly prohibited. Infringement may result in penalties ranging from fines to imprisonment.